are outside India only will be eligible for a mutual membership. And those members are not eligible to practice in this country. But your word is being spread across the globe. This was the intention. The strategy was to see that we have our presence and we matter something in those countries. And the arrangement with Icmai is also similar to that. So please do appreciate that when we are signing up something, it is not for the sake of signing up, but there is a strategy behind, and certain things can be made explicitly clear and certain things we cannot make clear or we cannot discuss them in the forums. Similar to what I have to refrain myself in terms of the cost rules which have been announced. There are many things which will be within the four walls. I am very happy that WRC also has chosen the same theme. I think this is the third meeting I am addressing with the theme Make in India. As I reiterated, unless we are together, unless we share our experience, unless we feel, sleep, eat, the concept that we play a major role in Make in India, we will not get that branding along with Make in India. So let's work together and then see that the society recognizes us for the omen service that we have been doing for over years, and we will continue to do this. I thank WRC and all of you once again for lending a helping hand in trying to come out of the challenges that we have, and I do firmly hope that you will continue to support with all the positiveness, and then have a wonderful day. Thank you.
We raise the bar for what cost abundance can do, what cost abundance can aspire, and how the institute can grow. It's extremely inspiring. Thank you very much, sir. Manufacturing has been the backbone of cost abundance for ages. Although now we have seen how far in other areas we can contribute. Nevertheless, manufacturing, Make in India is one of the most important things, not only for cost abundance but for the country. We are now wish to eagerly hear Mr. Bipin Shah, President Thane Belapur Industry Association. We want to hear you, sir.
Honorable Dr. Prasad, Mr. Sakpal, Mr. Balarao, Mr. Narayan Swami, Mr. Naval, other dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, my heartiest congratulations for today's function to all the organizers. Secondly, I am fully aware that all of you have come here to listen to the experts, and you have not come here to listen to me. So I do not intend to take more than 4 or 5 minutes of yours. But during my 43 years career in manufacturing sector, as per the request of Mr. Narayan Swami, I would like to focus on what is the importance of cost accountancy in manufacturing sector. First of all, sir, by qualification, I am a chemical engineer, but from heart to heart, I would like to share with you that the secret of my success is not my knowledge of chemical engineering. The secret of my success is my knowledge of cost accountancy. The second thing, I would like to share a small incident. When I started my career, my company was manufacturing a product called barium sulfate for X-ray. When you go to a radiologist, he gives a barium wheel so that your contrast media is created and you get your X-ray done. In those days, before 30 years, there was a fancy that if you give your marketing job to some multinational company, you will rise above and above. Taking a clue from that, our company selected a multinational company. I don't mind even giving the name, was Merck. And they said that yes, we would take the marketing of your products. And they wanted to charge us 20%. And we saw that by giving that 20%, we will rise above and above. At the end of 3 years, we realized that we were still losing company, but Merck was making big profit out of this. clearly indicates the importance of cost accountancy. I also was in touch with a very senior professor from the University Department of Chemical Technology, a very premium institute bringing out chemical engineers based in Batoga in Mumbai. This gentleman was a very successful academician. He was an excellent consultant to petrochemical industries. He was costing like 25,000 rupees per day he would charge for visiting any unit. And in the later part of his life, he thought that he should start an industry. To his bad luck, he was not successful. Because on one side, he has great knowledge of chemistry, great knowledge of chemical industry and chemical engineering. The product he made was also very good in quality, but the project was never viable with the kind of processes, and he had very, very little knowledge on the costing. We can say that probably what the industry wanted was silver, and he was trying to deliver gold for them. And the net result is that at the end of third year, he had to close down his unit. Again, emphasizing the importance of cost accountants. Sir, in industry it is said that any industry you start and the day you commission, there is a thumb rule that within 1,000 days the unit has to come into profitability, or it should have a break-even point. I would sincerely suggest all the industrialists in my area, I represent about 3,000 industries on Thane-Belapur road, that right from the day one, they should take services of a chartered accountant. Because many times what happens, the 1,000 days passes and the initial 500 days passes, and then you realize what were the initial defects and which you are not getting light of it right from the day one. There could be many factors, many factors for failure of a manufacturing sector. But in my opinion and in my considered opinion, the most important reason is the wrong costings done. I would also like to share on another incident. We have one of the largest company in India called Cipla, and the chairman before 7 years, he gave a claim that for anti-HIV medicines, I will make sure that the world gets this kind of medicines and the cost of therapy will be $1 per day. That means let's say about $365 per year. And this was against all American companies who were selling the same product in Africa and other parts of the world, where the cost of therapy was $10,000 per year, almost 30 times of what Cipla could probably achieve. There are many other interesting stories that I have written, but some of the senior members must be knowing the great industrialist of our country, Mr. G.T. Birla. Of course, at that time, some structured cost accountants probably were not available in the country. But Mr. Birla's companies have a very typical system called Padta system. Padta means at what cost will be your production as on today. Every day evening, some senior members would go to Mr. G.D. Birla and tell him that, sir, today's cost of production was X, which was slightly less than yesterday's cost. Now that Padta system, which was probably not that structured, but the importance of that was realized by the great industrialist called G.D. Birla. Similarly, what Dr. Prasad said about the healthcare industry, there are some very typical facts. While he was speaking, I thought of conveying to you. As on today, there is a shortage of 200,000 beds in Indian hospitals compared to the requirement of our population. Second very important fact which I am not very happy to share with you, being involved in a pharmaceutical industry, but it's a reality. There is a term in pharma industry called reach of medicine. Out of every 100 people in this country, only 35 people get the medicines. That means the reach of medicine is only 35. In a way, it is very good for the industry that we are a sunrise industry and we don't have to worry for next 30, 40, 50 years But the situation is that even after 67 or 68 years of independence, if this is the situation, I think it is very, very shocking, and something should be done very quickly to make sure that this percentage from 35 should reach at least 45 or 50% in the shortest possible time. I thought that we should give one slogan to industry in this country. There are several slogans being discussed, Make in India, Swachh Bharat. But on behalf of your association, I would like to recommend that all industrialists should be given a slogan that money saved is money earned. And this is absolute reality of entire manufacturing sector. And if this kind of things are followed, I am absolutely sure that manufacturing sector will contribute substantially. There is a silver lining in pharma industry also. I also belong to bulk drug and formulation industry. In the whole world, our ranking was third as far as bulk drug production is concerned. But since 2013, now our ranking has improved to number 2. That means in the whole world, the largest supply of bulk drug is done by China, and secondly, it is done by India. And we have a feeling that by 2025, probably we can become number 1 in supply of bulk drugs. The ranking was first China, second was Italy, third was India. By 2013, now we are second, and by 2025, we hope to be the largest supplier of APIs to the whole world. Thank you very much for giving me a patient listening, and I am sure that all of us will benefit a lot after the deliberations of experts in this line. Thank you very much, sir.
I will also request our own CMA, Anjali Tai, to be on the dais, please. Reason is, when you are entering in the government, and if government officer or the minister is convinced how the role is cost accountant is played, we have one CMA. She was successful enough to convince the role of CMA to our Honorable Minister Chandrakant Dada Patil, and he had already promised that you give us the presentation in how you can work in cooperative sector, whether in the sugar manufacturing, whether in the dairy or agro products manufacturing, how you can help in credit, controlling the credit cooperative societies and banks. And we have assured that within this week we are going to make a presentation, and why he has very clearly told that I don't want to learn what CMA can do, which I am now controlled by the CMA, none less than Anjali Tai. I request Durga Prasad ji to give honor to her on that. Anjali ji.
Thank you very much, sir. Our talk was really an eye-opener. In fact, it is said that the cheapest and the most environmentally the souvenir, I request Dr. Durga Prasad to release the souvenir to the occasion. invite Chairman Professional Development Committee, Mr. Debashish Mitra, to give his talk.
Respected Vipin Shah sir, respected Dudra ji, and all the dignitaries on the dais. On behalf of the Professional Development Committee of Western India Regional Council, I am conveying my highest gratitude to all of you for the overwhelming response which we have got post August 2014. I would like to mention it very categorically for the name of the chapter. In the backdrop of year 2005 and 6, when Navi Mumbai chapter was struggling for existence, and today at 2015, Navi Mumbai chapter is organizing regional cost conference with WIRC at New York. I am conveying my highest gratitude to the chairman of Navi Mumbai chapter, Mr. B.N. Sappaji, and also definitely the architect of Navi Mumbai chapter, CM K.R. Jethani. Since the professional activities which have already been conducted by the WIRC are known to all of you, so I do not want to repeat it again. We believe that along with the members in practice, members in industry deserve due share of professional development activities, and we have attempted to do the needful towards the same. We believe the professional development activities, apart from cost audit record rule, maintenance of the cost record and cost accounting standards, or the maintenance of the cost accounting standards or whatever, the other areas which we should pay our attention, not only in the regional level, but also, sir, on the national level. I am just chalking out some of the points which I particularly am requesting Durga Bosa sir to think whether we can do it on the national level or not. Can he organize regular program on VAT audit, real estate market regulations and valuation, internal audit, forensic audit, internet security, business forecasting, recent changes in the Companies Act, technical analysis for equity and currency market, overview of the commodity derivative markets, foreign exchange market, trading strategies, credit default swap, business valuations, and definitely the Indian economy's updates on a regular basis and the role of CMS on the same. Without taking much time, I just like to tell you that nowadays the members are participating in the professional development activities either in the form of CEP or full day seminar or half day seminar in a large numbers, not for the CEP hours, but for the value addition. We believe there are a lot of untapped human resources, that is untapped professional cost accountants are there with us. It is our duty to bring them to the mainstream to enrich our profession. I appeal to our members, kindly come forward and share your experience, knowledge, wisdom with other members and be a part of the professional development movement which has started in the WIRC very recently. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Debashish.